Thank you, Dom. I appreciate you giving us a testimony today. The first question I have is, can you explain a few key areas you were struggling with, and along with your original intentions for this program?
Mm. I came in here. There were a few areas I wanted to work on. There's just areas of my body I knew were slightly less conscious or less free than they could be. So, yeah, I had a few areas in mind I wanted to work on, a few areas of my life that were starting to take off, and I kind of wanted to push a little bit further with that. And safe to say, all the areas of my body I wanted to work on, we did. And when it comes to seeing, actual the goals I set, there was nothing particularly specific, but the qualities I was looking to embody more, to practice more, or nicely hit.
What surprised you the most or made you the happiest about this event?
Mm. And for me, what made me happiest was that sense. For me, that what made me happiest is a sense of getting to that point now where I'm starting to understand this work. And the biggest thing is that it doesn't really feel like work anymore. It's play. It's a different way of showing up in life, but it's not come here, do the work, suffer for a week, and then you'll change for the rest of your life. It's okay, I'm just going to go here, practice a few things, get some more knowledge, some corrections, some very, very insightful corrections, getting better ways of being, but really just practicing, just carrying on living life in a better way, which is just awesome.
How did you enjoy the location of this event?
Well, apart from struggling to get here, and actually it worked out really nicely because I ended up taking an extra day in Boston, which I would never have done before. So I ended up visiting a whole new city, but it's beautiful up here. Reminds me of a time when I went on like a 10-day meditation retreat years ago, and I felt like I would have got just as much from that retreat if I hadn't done anything like meditation wise, because it was in such a beautiful location. Same thing here, we've got the jacuzzi, we've got beautiful mountains. It's like it's so quiet. I say it's so quiet and a car goes past, but getting up early in the morning, seeing the wildlife, which honestly for me is just a massive highlight. Um, yeah, it's beautiful up here, and they say the only Zen you find on top of a mountain is the Zen you bring up there, but we brought a fair bit of Zen up here with us, I reckon.
If you were to recommend this event to a best friend, what would you say?
Yeah, I'm already pretty much sure I did. There's a few guys I know on this course who, I said, yeah, like, you better get there because it's a great opportunity to work with Brian, and especially in that setting where, you're staying there with him, you get that kind of access to him that, in the past I know people have been like so desperate to get hold of him. Just being able to hang out with him, like at the event itself, before and after, that's pretty cool. And yeah, great experience.
What are the benefits you received, and what will you be able to take home with you?
Mm, just those little corrections, like where at the point I am at, where I've done a lot of work over the years, I don't come in with the expectation of like, oh, I'm going to get this massive shift or my whole life is going to change in a radically different way. But the truth is, every time something small shifts, right? Every time you change one way of being in your entire life, the effects compound. You're going to have big changes. For me personally, what I'm starting to see in this event and in others is that that trust in myself, which I never really had growing up, is, every time I start to see that trust in myself is getting more and more steady to the point where soon I probably won't be thinking about it. But for the time being, it's a huge point of transition for me, going from looking to get more, to understand more, to get something to make myself better, to just kind of settling into this trust of, yeah,
Selling into the stress of this is where you're at, right?
exactly. Well, I wouldn't say stress of where I'm at. It's the only stress is like trying to convince myself that I'm not where I'm at, which is actually not that stressful.
Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I'd just like to say that it's been it's been a privilege and an honour to be like asked here to assist. I've been really really impressed by the guys in general. Always, it's always great to see how Brian is teaching constantly, adding new things, like teaching in a slightly different way, adjusting to the group he's got, and yeah, it's been great to work with the guys and to watch, especially to watch Brian working with people. You know, it's been an awesome event.
Thank you.
Also, we saw a moose and two baby moose, which is just unbelievable.